survived. We represent, excuse the quality of the video once again. I'm up early in the morning, y'all working. Listen, so we're hearing about Russia invading Ukraine, and everybody has been talking about it. I try to find out information before I just come out here running my mouth. I want to go through the article, and then I want to give my commentary on how I feel about all these things. And y'all already know, those of you who have been following and supporting me, that how I feel about all these things that's going on. I feel like a lot of it has already been pre-planned. A lot of it is already a setup. And this further goes to answer all of our questions in regards to why come they're putting up a concrete wall, at the white, and all these other different things that's just continue to happen these days and times. So let's go through this article. This is the latest update of information that's occurring and have occurred in that area. U.S. waits more military support for Ukraine to resist Russia if it invades. And it goes on to say the B administration, that's the leaders in the white administration, is weighing new options, including providing more arms to Ukraine to resist a Russian occupation, to try to raise the cost for Russian President Vladimir Putin should he decide to invade the country. The decisions, described by multiple sources familiar with them, reflect a sense of pessimism in the administration following last week's diplomatic talks with Russian officials that yielded no breakthroughs as Russia continued to raise its force levels in the last few days. In addition to considering how to help the Ukrainian military and government fend off an invasion, the U.S. is evaluating options for bolstering Ukrainian forces' ability to resist a potential Russian occupation. That includes potentially providing the Ukrainian army with additional ammunition, mortars, Javelin anti-tank missiles, and anti-aircraft missile systems, which would likely come from NATO allies, a senior U.S. official told CNN. The news come ahead of a face-to-face meeting between U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Russia Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov in Geneva on Friday. A senior State Department official said that the scheduled meeting suggests that perhaps diplomacy is not dead. The President of the United States had said that sending U.S. combat troops to Ukraine to fight a war with Russia is off the table, but special operations forces already rotate in and out of the country to provide training to Ukrainian forces, and a senior administration official said it is possible that other agencies could provide some support. Likely the CIA. CIA Director Bill Burns traveled to CYIV last week to meet with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky and discuss risks to Ukraine, a U.S. official said. We are looking at a range of options to help defend Ukraine, a senior administration official told CNN. This may include additional defensive arms sales, advice, and helping Ukraine be able to stay in the fight against a larger conventional Russian military presence. I'm going to stop right there because I have something on my mind in regards to when they said to the president of this country said that our troops wouldn't get involved. I don't believe anything he says, y'all. This man has allegedly this man has continued to put out statements and things that he said he's not going to do that he has done. And with his health and everything and erratic behavior, just like what he did over there in Afghanistan, and it's still a problem over there that they refuse to talk about on mainstream media, I don't believe him. When he was running for president, okay, allegedly, this man and the other people that's down in that Democratic Party, I'm talking about him right now, constantly said that he was not going to put out mandates. Constantly said that. And that's the first thing he did when he got in office, was start issuing out mandates and all these other different things. And now so many of us are suffering, including myself, because I refuse to get this. I've lost so much money. has affected my life tremendously. And not only me, millions and millions of others. We have so many of you guys who've been affected as well. So I don't believe anything he says. So when he says that America not going to get involved, I do not believe. Matter of fact, I think just the opposite of whatever these Democrats say. I think the opposite. And I look at their patterns and I look at what they've done so far and how they move and how they lie. Because all they do is lie. Allegedly. But y'all know exactly what's going on. So let's go ahead and continue and complete this article. The deliberations about supporting a resistance campaign reflect an increasingly pessimistic view inside the administration about Putin's willingness to invade and occupy large swaths of Ukrainian territory. Russia has increased force levels since Friday, the senior administration official said. Let's be clear. Our view is an extremely dangerous situation. We're now at a stage where Russia could at any point launch an attack in Ukraine. White House Press Secretary Jen, she's another one that be lying all the time, allegedly, said on Tuesday, and what Secretary Blinken is going to do is highlight very clearly there's a diplomatic path forward. It is the choice of President Putin and the Russians to make whether they're going to suffer severe economic consequences or not. Right now, military sources familiar with the plan say there has been no official change in guidance from Washington, and officials emphasize that these are early considerations that have not yet been formally presented to the president for approval. Some members of the administration are wary of getting bogged down in an anti-occupation support effort and have argued that U.S. forces should leave if a war erupts. Increased pessimism. U.S. officials left the meeting in Europe last week even more pessimistic about what Putin could be planning and how limited the West's leverage is to stop it, even when with the punishing sanctions and increased NATO presence in Eastern Europe currently on the table. That's another thing, you guys, I learned about these people. They be already knowing what's going on. They don't tell us until these things are occurring. So they knew all this shit was going to already pre-happen. So you have to be careful with this mainstream media because they represent certain agendas and certain political parties. And they've already been bought. They're owned by people who want to influence the narrative and make us think one thing while all the while they're doing something else. I'm going to complete this and when I'm going to talk about what we need to be doing, what I feel we need to be doing. It says we can expect some pain, but there's a big difference between exacting pain and actually having leverage, a senior U.S. official said. As recently as last week, Biden administration officials were conducting tabletop exercises, gaming out all of the possible U.S. and allied policy responses, sources familiar with the plan and told CNN. Top U.S. officials also spent much of the weekend in senior level meetings to discuss the way forward, a senior State Department official said. It goes on and on. It's really quite lengthy. Just give me 1 second, y'all. It says Putin's plans is still unclear. But see, I really hate to read a lot of this stuff because we don't know what these people really going to be doing. When you're talking about invading another area and you already having your military set up to do such, it seems like that's what you're about to do, and that's what's about to go on. And also with America involvement. Y'all, let me tell you something. They are constantly doing things to affect our lives, our health, mainly our health. Because once you attack somebody's health, you've won. When I say our health, this is why I made that video about yesterday. It wasn't so much about attacking me. It's about attacking others, being upset, being mad, controlling your anger and your frustrations and your emotions. Because they are attacking our mental health. They are attacking our physical health. They are attacking our financial health. They are attacking us every area of our lives. And this is something else to further have us an emotional wreck and being worried and as to what may happen. But this is why we prep. Prepping is having, and y'all know how hard it is prepping. Prepping is not an easy thing. You know, it's having that sense of security. It's just like how we pay for, I do, pay for these insurance policies every month, whether it be life insurance, home insurance, car insurance. It's that sense of security in knowing when and if something happened, because the life that we live in, these things happen. We have car accidents, whether it be minor or major sometimes, some of us. We have people who pass in our family. That's a part of life. So you have life insurance. You have, and when you're living in places like Texas and all these places, I would suggest everybody get this one: flood insurance and home insurance. So when a weather related event occurs, something, and it destroys your home and things of that nature, you have that insurance in place when you can take care of these things. So this is why we prep. We don't worry, you know. In the days and times in which we're living in, y'all, all these things keep happening on a daily basis. So to me, I don't even worry about it no more. I have let go, let God. I pray about things. I'm not saying I don't be concerned. I'm just saying I don't worry. I prep as much as I possibly can and get what I can, and what I can't buy, I try to make myself, and I try to show, and I show you guys as well. That way, whatever happens, I try to be as prepared as I possibly can. I stay prayed up. I exercise a lot, so that also helps my mental health and it helps my physical health. So if in the event of any of these things, I lose everything, but I have lost everything before in weather-related events, in life, in just living, losing income and whatnot. I have lost things. So I don't get attach myself to materialistic things. Y'all, I know it sounds crazy. I don't attach myself to my home. I don't attach myself to my car. I don't attach myself to my preps, to money, clothes, whatever it is. In this material world that we live in, I don't attach myself to it. I don't get used to it because it can be gone at any time. And our lives can too, God forbid. So that's why I try to have a good relationship with God. Stay prayed up, stay calm, because this is what they want us to do. They want us to worry. So this is what I suggest. Stay prayerful and keep your mental health intact, whether you are meditating, and y'all, I'm gonna keep on repeating and whatever it takes, because y'all, this is the basis and foundation of living. If you don't have your mind right and your body right, well, when these things occur, you can deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Maintain your emotions, just calm down, see what's going on, have yourself prepped up, prayed up, and prepared. That's basically all we could do, because these people gonna keep doing stuff, y'all. And since the beginning of this pandemic, it's like they keep rolling out stuff. Things keep happening. It's like these people don't give a damn about, and y'all, excuse me, y'all know I'm cursing here, but it's like they don't care about what people are going through. They have their mind on power and greed. And when it comes to war, that's about money. That's basically all war is about, money. These people who initiate these things, they don't care about all the people who are going to lose their life. They don't care about all of us out here suffering through this pandemic and all this stuff that's going on in the world. They care nothing about themselves. And that's all that we've been seeing for the last couple of years. Well, we've been seeing it forever, but it's been more now than ever the last couple of years. So I suggest y'all just be good to yourself. Don't try not to get so worried about, every time we hear things, y'all, because we're going to keep on hearing things. And there's already enough things that we have to deal with on a daily basis now with this inflation. To me, it's hyperinflation. When I tell you things are crazy, cost so much money, it's almost impossible to eat these days. When you go to the market, everything is so expensive. I said, I'm about to try to cut my eating down to 2 times a week. I was going once a day. I used to, like 3 times a month. I'll go twice a week. And your body can do that. You can go without food. You just can't go without water. Because it's just too much to be going to the market. These bills are outrageous. They going up on the rent. The weather is erratic. With this weather manipulation, allegedly. But that's exactly what it is. You could just be sitting out, like yesterday in Houston, it's hot. It was hot. Today they said it's going to be cold. Over the weekend, last Saturday, we had like 3 or 4 pop-up tornadoes affecting people. We didn't even know that was going to happen. Weatherman Plus had talked about it, but they had different things. Weatherman Plus will tell you, he said, y'all be careful with these tornadoes. He said, because they'll just pop up. So I'm just giving out examples, y'all. We going through so much as it is. Keep your mind focused. Try not to stress out. Try to enjoy life as much as you can, even in the midst of the storm, because that's what they want to do. And that stuff affects your immune system. So we're going to continue to monitor what's going on with Russia and Ukraine and the United States. I will continue to look into it and do my research on it and to report about it. But y'all just stay prepared and stay prayed up. We're going to make it through it. We have no other choice but to make it through these times. Watch this world. Watch the weather. Smell your water. Purify your water before you use it. And keep surviving. ZanHero.com.